My first step into music was my family. My mom played accordion, my grandmother played piano, and so from an early age I was able to follow along. Going into 4th and 5th grade, having general music, performing in the choir, playing recorder, just strengthening those skills of reading music and performing at the next step level, and then transferring that into 6th grade where I was finally able to join band and get an instrument. It really just stuck with me. Mac Danforth was my middle school band director, and he came out mid-year and played bassoon. And as soon as I heard it, I just was like, that's me, pick me, I want to play that. And the rest was kind of history. I remember making the first sound, which we refer to a moo because we had to work on support, but I remember thinking that it was like a dying cow and pretty loud. I wanted to be a pilot, and then I got glasses. So back then, you couldn't fly for the Air Force or fly any of the jets with the glasses. And I was doing pretty well in band at that time, so it was kind of my home to kind of process those things. And I remember doing well enough and going through, but I think beyond that, our band played with the high school group at a football game every fall. And I remember the first year doing that and hearing the director announce the band over the PA and just being a part of that experience with the band on the field. I felt something click at that moment as I was on the track, just thinking, this is what I want to do. Like, this is where I want to be. Being in the band was always something special, and I was able to have leadership positions within the band as I progressed. I think a defining moment for me to decide to become an educator was my junior year of high school when our band director left. I was drum major at the time, and so there was a lot of work as far as sectionals and working with my peers and teaching some at a basic level at that point. And I think that I realized at that moment that was something I wanted to do. I really enjoyed being able to share and work with my peers to get better and to be able to weave things together and use those experiences to learn more music and drive the ensemble forward. And so I think at that point I knew I wanted to go into teaching and be a band director, be a conductor. Conducting is a whole nother level of the art, and really, when you get to the crux of it, conducting is just another form of communication. Being able to read through a score and communicate that to the ensemble, every instrument and every person in the ensemble, on exactly how we want it to sound and what the composer's intent is at that moment, and how we breathe and shape that. All gets relayed through the stick work and the gestures and the facial expressions and everything from the podium. And then, being able then on my end to be able to hear all of those things and decide how to balance all of that and put that together. It's unique, and I think that it's for me, it's kind of the progression of this is the next thing to do. And I love it. I mean, I don't play as much as I have, but being on the podium and being able to communicate with my colleagues in that manner and to educate through that manner, being able to study a score and learn what the composer wanted and what they were thinking when they wrote that piece, and then try to pass that on to the ensemble and then get them to play and create that, to emulate that back to our audience. It's just such a cool thing to do, and it's just I just love that level of communication that we're able to create. You think that there's 7 notes involved, and we can do so many things with those 7 notes, and just touching lives and being there to console somebody or to lighten somebody up or just to create a great memory. The power that we have with that essence I think is extremely important.
What we do transcends everything else, right? Every note we play today, every phrase that we shape today goes way beyond Warren, right? It goes up and out and into the stratosphere and into the universe, and it does magic once it gets out there. So remember that. Remember why we do what we do, and that it's more important than anything else, because it has the ability to transcend and to make that impact on other lives around us, whether it be in the auditorium or out. And that's what we're doing today. So don't get hung up on an eighth rest, right? Just do it, but make it impactful, make it meaningful, own it, and we'll be just fine. Right? Thank you.